This is every LEGO Mario Kart set from the January 2025 release wave, and today I'm going to be building and reviewing all of them. Let's get started with the first set. The first set we're going to be talking about is the Yoshi bike, which retails for $15. We get this brand new blue Yoshi, and I really like this color combination. The bike that this Yoshi comes with looks pretty accurate to the game. It's got some nice detailing, some good printed pieces. Yoshi's eyes are printed onto the windshield, and overall I just think it looks pretty good. Something new that they've introduced with this line of sets is a shell shooter. They've taken the stud shooter that they've been using for a while now, and they made these brand new shell pieces with a piece that comes off the back that fits into the barrel. But back to the bike itself, it does include a pretty wide seat here, and this is so that you can fit different characters on the bike. Just for this video, I ended up buying the Mario figure. This thing comes in like a $50 set. I got it for 40 bucks. May have been a waste of money, but I wanted to try out all of the different features because they have these tiles where you can place Mario and he'll make different noises and stuff. So after spending half an hour updating it, it's finally ready to try out. I do like that he makes different noises if you place him on different things. So with the Yoshi bike, he makes a Yoshi sound when you put him on there, and then if you drive it around, it makes some pretty fun engine noises and stuff. But you definitely don't need the digital Mario figure to be able to enjoy this set. I think it's pretty good standalone for what it is. Probably the best accessory that's included here is this brand new banana mold. These are the bananas that you throw behind your cart in the game to make other players wipe out and lose some speed, and they nailed it. It looks perfectly accurate. Another thing included is this item block, and this is another thing where you can tap Mario on top of it and it'll spin an animation for him to choose an item. You also have 4 traffic cones that are included, and I think altogether it rounds out to be a pretty nice cheaper set. I think it would have been great to see this set closer to like $12. I think 15 is a little steep, but pretty much all of LEGO is expensive these days, so I'm not really sure what we can expect. Next up, for $20, we have the standard cart. You do get this red pit crew Toad with it, and I think he looks pretty good. Really though, I think that he was just kind of thrown in here because of the format that LEGO has chosen to go with, using this LEGO Mario big chunky guy. They can't just put him in a $20 set, so they had to include something, because if you're gonna make Mario Kart, you have to make Mario's actual kart. They honestly did a great job with this thing. It looks very accurate to the game. I like the plastic sail piece that they used for the flyer on top. It does have that big seated area so you can actually fit the Mario figure into the kart. The tires on all of these sets are kind of slippery, so they don't really move very well on a smoother surface, but it does make them a lot easier for drifting around all over the place, so I think it's a bit of a give and take thing there. You also get this little maintenance station that's included with the set. It comes with a target on the side that you can use to practice your skills with the shell shooter. It has a little tile off to the side for another interactive feature with Mario. To me, it feels like a bit of an unnecessary side build. They probably could have decreased the price of the set a little bit if they didn't include this thing. But for playability's sake, I guess it's nice to have something to shoot your shell shooter at. The next set in order of the lineup here is Donkey Kong and the DK Jumbo. DK Jumbo is... oh shoot, just dropped him. Whoops. Anyway, DK Jumbo is the name of the actual cart itself, for those of you who are unaware. Starting with the Donkey Kong figure, he does come with a nice fabric tie piece, which I think looks pretty good. This isn't really too different from the last Donkey Kong that was released. You can swing his arms back and forth if you want to, and you can move his feet, but he has no knees, and you can't even move his legs to make him sit down, which generally I think is fine, but when it comes to putting him inside of a cart, it is kind of weird that you can't actually sit him down in there. And I feel like there has to be a way that they could have designed this figure differently so his legs can actually move into a seated position. The cart looks great. It's got the DK logo on the side. It's got some nice stickers for the tires, and it's even got a handlebar on the back that you can attach another character to. There's also a small side build included with this set with a target for you to shoot shells at. It's a very simple build, and you also get another one of those banana pieces, which I'm not going to complain about. I'll take as many of these as I can get. Overall, with this set being $35, it really does feel kind of overpriced, unfortunately. I think that if they added Diddy Kong in here so that you get both of them included, it would have made up for it. But with just Donkey Kong and his limited articulation, I can't get over the fact of how ridiculous he looks just standing up in the back of his cart here. I don't know. I think they could have done a better job with this. The next set in the lineup is Baby Mario versus Baby Luigi. Right off the bat, starting with the figures, I think that these look really good for being brick built. They scale pretty well together with the blocky Mario figure. The carts look really good. I pretty much immediately recognize both of these from the video game. I do think one benefit of all of these being scaled to this larger Mario figure is the fact that you can add a little bit more detail if your carts are bigger. If they downsized these to minifigure scale, I think it would have maybe been a little bit more difficult to include as much detail in the builds. But aside from the carts themselves, you do get a bunch of these little balloons included. So this is clearly based off of Balloon Battle, which is a separate play mode outside of the regular racing in Mario Kart. It's a really fun mode, so I'm glad to see that it gets a little bit of representation here. But overall, I think this set is pretty solid. I would be more comfortable if it was $25 instead of $30. Again, overpriced. I feel like I keep saying that over and over, but it is true. Next up, we have Toad's Garage for $40, which is probably one of my favorite sets, if not my favorite from the entire wave. You get 2 of the blue pit crew Toads, which are very similar to the red one from earlier. I like that you get 2 of them because it feels like you actually have a crew with having more than one. The first thing I want to take a look at here is the Toad Kart. Again, I directly recognize this from the game. The quad exhaust on the back uses some fun pieces to recreate that aggressive look. You can actually fit 2 Toads on here if you want to go double dash style with it. And of course, you've got another shell shooter on the front. Alongside the cart, you also get a maintenance station. This is super fun. It actually has a lever that you can push for an active lift mechanism. And then there's a detachable section off to the side here where you've got a horn and an engine and a couple of interactive tiles where Mario has a few different animations that you can go through with those as well. The final side build that you get here is a rack with a couple of tires, and there's a platform for Toad to stand at the top and observe and make some calls out to other pit crew Toads. Overall, fun little set. $5 overpriced probably, but I do like the Toads that it comes with. These guys are really fun, and the cart looks great as well, just as all of them do. I mean, honestly, I haven't been unhappy with the design of any of these so far. The last set in the lineup here is Baby Peach and Grand Prix set, and this is for $80. There's a ton of different stuff that comes included in this set, so let's start by taking a look at the figures. Baby Peach looks pretty good. I think they did a decent job with all of the prints, and the brick-built hair pattern also looks pretty accurate. She comes with the Wiggler cart, which also looks very accurate. I love how this translates into Lego, and of course you also have the shell shooter off to the right-hand side. Next up, we have Toad. I'm pretty sure this is not the first time that he's been made, but you know, I don't know. I haven't bought any of the other Mario stuff really. I think he looks good, and he also comes with the Toad bike. Again, accurate to the game. It stands up on its own because of the wide tires, which I think is a good thing for playability for kids. Overall, I don't really have anything negative to say about this. I like it a lot. Next up is Lemmy, who has his crazy mohawk going on there. Also, his eyes are looking wild. I'm not sure what he's on. But he comes with the Landship cart. This is definitely one of the weirder looking carts from the lineup. Maybe not as strange as the Wiggler, but it is a pretty fun looking build. Of course, it's large enough to fit any of the other figures that you want to fit in there. Overall, it's not my favorite from the set, but it looks pretty good. The last character that is included here is Lakitu on his cloud. This is the guy from the game that helps you start your race, but he also shows up to pick you up when you suck at driving and go off the map. I like that it comes with a clear stand so he can kind of float off to the side, and it definitely makes the set a little bit more displayable. So outside of the main characters and their carts, there are a ton of side builds that are included here. The main one is the starting race gate, I guess I'll call it. There are quite a few stickers included here, but I think it's totally worth it because you get the fun billboard advertisements that you see in the game. I'm really glad that they included this, and I think for kids, this is the type of thing that takes playability to the next level, because you also get 3 different types of side barriers to kind of create your own track. And all of these use a clip and bar system to connect together, so you can set it up however you want to. It was a little tedious to build 8 of those at the same time, but I think it's worth it for the end result. There's also an awards podium, so you can put 1st, 2nd, and 3rd place on display, and a couple of nice stickers there to mimic the look of the game. The last side build that's included here is this ice cream cart, which is kind of a strange inclusion in my opinion. I don't know why they put this in here. Maybe this is just some kind of reference that I don't get, but it seems like a very weird thing to add in. in. Lastly, there are a few more accessories included here with 2 question mark blocks, 2 traffic cones, and another banana. There's definitely a lot of play value with this set because you can do any configuration that you want to, but $80 is kind of a crazy ask. It is really cool to get a full wave of Mario Kart sets. I will say that the Bowser Muscle Car expansion set that came out, I think last year, feels like it probably should have been included in this lineup. Maybe they just had it come early for some reason or another. I don't know why. Overall, this is a relatively pricey theme, but it does feel more cohesive than some of the other Mario sets that they've come out with. But in some fashion, I'm still a little bit bummed that they decided to go with this Mario figure as the standard for all of this stuff. If there was a theme that I think would have benefited from using minifigures, they definitely could have started with this one to create Mario minifigures and just kind of run with that for an entire lineup. Hopefully this sells well so we can get more carts in the future, because I would love to see Waluigi and Wario included here. Subscribe down below if you aren't already. This is the second channel, and make sure you go check out the main channel if you're not familiar with that one. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a good one.